stay tuned, guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions. So again, it's your boy Cobe Rise.
It's coming for you, coming for you, It's coming for you, coming for you,
Oh, love. Do not forget the gorillas. Everyone know we the realest. A bunch of go-getters. I bet you can tell I'm the illest. You don't need your fingers to feel it. You know I can straight spit. Knock you out with a late hit. Feel like I'm the one like I'm Neo, but this is the real life, not the Matrix. I'm about to go ape shit.
Ain't no gotta roll out. I know gotta roll out, yeah. I know gotta roll out, yeah. I roll on
What's going on? And we're back. Yeah. Let me turn the music down. What's going on? It's your boy Kobe Rise and Rise. Back at it again with a banger. Y'all see the topic? I mean, we can go ahead and get into it, man. Is the black community, are we too big? I already posed the question out, so I'm actually waiting on one of my guests. So shout out to Sherry. I want to see what she thinks about this. Is the black community too big? And if so, why? And I'm also going to be going over my plant-based journey. All right. My plant-based journey. I'll be going over that as well. Shout out to my man Showtime in the building. What's good, bro, man? You already know what time it is, bro. We have a couple things going on. I want to see what everybody thinks. Number one, is the black community, are they too big? Meaning, are we overweight? If so, why? If not, why? I'm also going to be going over my plant-based journey. I know there's a lot of people that want to know how I got started. You dig? I know Showtime, you know how I got started. So I'm going to go over pretty much how it all got going on and all the flack I've been receiving, because Lord, everybody be talking that junk. But shout out to my man Gaines in the building. What's going on, big bro, man? How you feeling, man? Shout out to Jenny. What's going on, Jenny, man? Everything is everything right now. So this is actually one of your topics. You said you wanted to see what I was going through as far as plant-based and how I got started. So yeah, I'll be going over that. But we'll also be going over, do we honestly think the black community is too big? But first and foremost, let me get these questions out the way. So we have one answer so far. Overweight, big, oh, for sure. But the shift is happening. More people are into fitness. Sherry, I couldn't agree with you more. I think that I think the shift is coming up. I think the shift is going toward a fitness thing. I think that we have a community now where we are starting to understand the physical fitness is lacking in the black community. The black community. And I've been saying this for a long time. I actually proved it with the numbers that black people are the least active in the nation based on demographic. But that has now changed due to everybody that's working out, due to the gym culture, in which we talk about that. You dig? Shout out to my boy C Marty Fit in the building, because we got a lot of big backs that's going on and trying to mess the culture up. But We're not having that here. We're not having that here. You dig? So overweight big, yes, that's exactly what I mean. Overweight big. But I want to circle back real quick because I want to go back over this topic, and I'm glad the answer is the way that you did it because I want to come back and talk about it. Before we continue, let me see what Jenny has to say. Yes, I watched your video from a year ago and had taken some notes. Super helpful in terms of what nutrients helped with a certain issue. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to Jenny, man. Yes, and honestly, that's what we've been doing as far as my plant-based journey. I've learned so much on my plant-based journey. I'm so glad I started it because I wouldn't have known the things that I've known if I hadn't started my plant-based journey. Morning in the house. You dig what I'm saying? Absolutely, man. So we're going to get into it. You dig? So I might be going on his show tonight. We'll see. We'll see how it goes tonight. But I did want to go ahead and give a start of my plant-based journey. So I did start off being plant-based because I'm always willing to challenge myself. You dig? Shout out to KK in the building, girl. What's going on? What's going on? We still need to get a workout in. You feel me? So yeah, we need to go ahead and get that going. But I did this because I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to become better. I wanted to become stronger, faster, sharper, wiser, all through the experience, listening to my OGs and knowing that they knew better than me. So listening to people that knew what they were talking about, that is how I got started into plant-based journey because I found myself eating chicken and salad every day. And it was hella boring. You dig? So I didn't like that. So I knew that there were some benefits behind going plant-based, and this was years ago. This is before the whole plant-based craze and all that. Like, I was ahead of the game. So I knew about the sea moss a long time ago. I knew about the herbs a long time ago. I understood the alkalinity or alkaline-based diet for those that know what the differences are. So I did start off alkaline plant-based, all right? And I had so many benefits to that, which we can get into later. But I've tried things for myself, failed a lot, to the point where I had to answer some of the common questions from people who are interested in the plant-based diet, but they don't, and this is the thing, one of the biggest things I get is they don't want to look like a stick, meaning they don't want to look skinny, frail, and malnutrition. They want to look like they eat meat, but they don't, they want to look like they eat meat, but they want to eat cleaner due to the issues that come from dairy, meat products, chemically injected, steroids in the chicken, vice versa. And honestly, if y'all didn't know, there has been a recall on about 10 million pounds of chicken, if you guys were unaware. And let me see if I can pull this up because I wanted just to show you guys that it is a real thing. And there's been so many recalls on cheese. There's been so many recalls on chicken. I mean, it's just so much. So let me share my screen real quick because I want you guys to understand that this is actually a real thing, y'all. Let me blow my screen up real quick. You dig? Let me see if you guys can see that. Let me know if you guys can. Oh, actually, you probably won't be able to see that. Hold on one second. Let me reshare my screen real quick. Hit F. Bam. All right, let's blow this up a little bit bigger. So let me know if you guys can see this. All right. Bam. Bam. All right, here we go. Just take a listen to this, man. And I'm curious to know what y'all think about this. For those that are on IG, if you guys want to look, go to my YouTube at Rise and Rise Academy to actually see it. Or you can just listen to it, like I said, and we'll go from there. Shout out to my dog D in the building, bro. What's going on, man? How you feeling, bro? So yeah, so Sherry, if you want to actually see it, go to my YouTube at Rise and Rise Academy. This is crazy, but you can actually hear it if you can't switch back over. So let me know if you guys can hear it. Give me a thumbs up in the comment section. Here we go.
Trader Joe's are now part of the big meat and chicken Listeria recall. It's not looking good. So if you didn't know, there was a recall of almost 10 million pounds of meat, chicken, and turkey products. So on Thursday night, the USDA updated its notice of Bruce Pack's recall. Now, guys, these products were made all the way up until October 8th.
Y'all want solutions, right? Learn how to grow your own food. Educate yourself on the proper science behind different foods. Educate yourself on how to properly store your food. Make sure y'all meet me in our private community when y'all get y'all family Bible.
Shout out to Gracefully Card for this because this is a whole part of why I do what I do. All right. This is exactly it. I wanted to see, and I've been seeing stuff like this for a very long time. I've been seeing stuff about recalls on chicken. I've been seeing a lot about recalls on, recalls on beef, recalls on just cheese. I mean, literally everything, y'all. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So that's a part of how I got started. All right. Chicken being recalled, dairy being recalled. And some of the things that I've also seen was the fact that the protein was another big thing. You feel me? Shout out to my dog, Jabody from the Jabody tribe. What's going on, Brody? Yes, sir. Shout out to my man Jabari. Anyway, so what we want to do, I want to just cover over how to get the protein. So as you guys can see, I'm gaining weight. I gained about 12 to 15 pounds of muscle just on plant-based protein. How did I do it? I did it because essentially all you need are the non-essential amino acids in the building blocks of protein. Okay, I'm gonna give you one example. Chickpeas has every single amino acid except for one. The one that it doesn't have is exactly what wild rice has in it, which is why wild rice has the most protein in any other rice, has more protein than brown rice, has more protein than white rice. And it also is lower in starch. So what you do when it comes to a plant-based perspective is to combine your incomplete protein with an incomplete protein to make it a complete protein. And then from there, you add the protein up to get your macros. I already know what y'all about to say. What y'all about to say is, well, Cobe, it has a lot of carbs. How can I cut the carbs, bro? I got y'all. Listen, if you're on a muscle growth on a plant-based diet, shout out to Charmaine in the building. If you're on a muscle growth for plant-based diet, you're already going to need the carbs to give you the muscle. To boost up the muscle, you do need carbs. You need both carbs and you need protein. And you also need to lift weights. How was I able to gain 15 plus pounds of muscle on just plants? That's how I did it. There's also other additives such as the Eat Meaty products has been the cleanest that I have found so far when it comes to plant-based alternatives. Beyond Meat has downgraded so much to the point where I don't even buy them anymore like that. But if you are going to do the Beyond Meat, the cleanest one they have, or the cleanest product they have, is the plant-based steak tips. The plant-based steak tips have the fava bean protein and they have the lentil protein in it, which gives it all the nutrients that you need. Now, another thing that I like to do is lentils for breakfast. Lentils for breakfast, 1 cup of that has 8 grams of protein, which means 2 cups of that has the equivalent of protein of eggs. Now, hold on. I know what you're about to say. Well, eggs have a different type of protein in it, meaning it has more of this non-essential amino acids. True. But remember what I told you guys. Combine the incomplete protein with the complete protein to get the all 9 amino acids. And you also get what we call fiber with this diet. So you got a clean breakdown of your gut so you're not gaining unhealthy weight. But you got to stay away from everything else. One thing that I've tested on is when you eat a bunch of junk, even on a plant-based diet, you can still be overweight, meaning unhealthy weight. French fries is considered plant-based, but you're frying it in these oils, which also go into making you look like a big back. That's right. They make you look like a big back. Shout out to your boy. Chickpeas are my go-to. They are my go-to as well. Wild rice and chickpeas. Got it. Absolutely. And another one that you can do is quinoa. I'm going to give you men. I'm going to talk about the guys real quick. We talk about low testosterone in men. Well, guess what? If you take quinoa, you cut that out because quinoa increases your androgen receptors. What does that mean? Androgen receptors is what we use when it comes to building muscle, aka that's the steroid. So what steroids technically do is help you increase your androgen receptors so that way you can build more muscle quickly and increase your testosterone, build it up and use it so you can increase the muscle for how your body is supposed to produce it. Quinoa is an androgen receptor increaser as well as a habanero pepper. So to give you guys a breakdown, quinoa, habanero peppers, even lentils all together in one gives you protein, all non-essential amino acids, increase your androgen receptor levels, as well as increasing your fiber. That gets you cut up. If you guys are working out 5 to 6 days a week, hitting your strength training, hitting your cardio, you're going to be built like a brick wall. You dig? You're going to have more fiber than you would anywhere else naturally. And that's not even including your vegetables. So a whole plant-based plate will look like this. 1 can of chickpeas gives you 25 grams of protein. 1 cup of wild rice gives you 8. All right, do the math on that. Now you got to add your habanero peppers, or skip it. You can take out the wild rice and do quinoa instead. Quinoa is another great one. All right, so I'm just giving you guys the gems of how it works on a plant-based diet, so that way you can look good. All right, I want you guys to look amazing. Shout out to Sherry. And fiber is just as important as protein. That's why plant-based wins every time when you do it the right way, because you get your protein and your fiber more so than you do with any other diet. Why? Because you have a plant-based perspective. Your body knows when it is getting a plant-based source. I'm gonna give you an example. When you drink milk, they always say it increases your calcium. But what they don't tell you is when you drink milk into the human body, it's a foreign species. So it actually takes calcium out of your bones. So that way it can actually digest your food, which increases your chances of getting osteoporosis, even though you take dairy. But if you have a plant-based calcium, then that means your body will take the plant-based calcium and use it into your bones so it doesn't take it out. That'll decrease your chances of osteoporosis. Well, Kobe, what can I eat that has a plant-based calcium in it? One thing that has it is sea moss. Who has sea moss? Well, if you guys are in the Charlotte region, come out to Crunch Gym University. We're going to be doing sea moss samples. It's the only fitness sea moss you can get in the Queen City. If you guys are not in Charlotte, we do shipping as well. Hit me on my IG at King Alajuwan 21. Click the link in the bio. You can purchase your sea moss right there. All right. Queen City Organics. That's the one that makes the sea moss. We're in business together. We are a corporation that's here local in Charlotte. But my point is, shout out to the plug. The point is you get your calcium that way, and you're not taking your calcium out of your bones, which causes osteoporosis. You're keeping it in your body. So now let's talk about the benefits of sea moss. It increases the chances of you taking in the calcium. It also lubricates your joints. It also is boosting for muscle recovery. You get your 92 minerals of what your body actually needs. Your body does not naturally produce iodine, but the iodine does help you out with your thyroid, which goes into helping you lose weight. Not hyperthyroidism, but it balances you out, regulates you, so that way you can lose weight at a decent rate and how your body is supposed to do it. I hope I broke that down to where you guys actually get it. I really hope that I broke this down to where your body actually gets it. What I'm also going to do, I'm going to play a commercial. This commercial right here is kind of like a backwards thing. This commercial is talking about smoker's lips. Smoker's lips is the black lips, right? I don't know, this is so left field, but just stay with me, y'all. Stay with me. The reason why this commercial is important is because it breaks down using natural ingredients on the body so your body can naturally heal itself. As long as you have the proper diet is the point that I'm trying to make. So I'm going to play this commercial, and I want you guys to just read through it real quick, listen to it, and I'm going to point out the specific place that I want you guys to pay attention to, all right? So if you guys, again, are on IG, but if you want to see it, come over to YouTube at Rise and Rise Academy. And if you cannot switch over, you can just listen to it. Give me a thumbs up if you can actually hear it in the comment section. So here we go while I play and show my screen. Give me 1 second. Bam. Bam. Oh, here we go. Play the audio. All right. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
Leaves more than just a habit. It leaves its mark on your lips. The signs are unmistakable. Dark in color, vertical lines, chronic dryness. Even after quitting, these visible signs can linger for years. And those regular lip balms you've tried, they're not formulated to address smokers' lips specifically. That's why we created the turmeric and lemon lip balm specifically for lips affected by smoking. Turmeric, a powerful anti-inflammatory that reduces darkness and irritation caused by years of smoking. Lemon.
I'm going to tell you what also turmeric does. Turmeric also is an anti-inflammatory, which is good for your joints. One of the keys that you can do is if you take turmeric and if you dash some of it in the water, you got to make sure it's good turmeric. The good turmeric dissolves in water. That's what's going to hit your joints quicker, so that way you can decrease inflammation. So if you guys got that popping in your elbows and knees, well, guess what helps out with that? Turmeric does, because it's an anti-inflammatory. You can take turmeric, and I found this out on a plant-based diet, but I also realized that when my knees started to hurt a lot less. Let's continue on.
Naturally brightens discoloration and helps fade the telltale signs of smokers' lips. Together, these natural ingredients penetrate deeply to repair damage that smoking left behind. Here's what our turmeric and lemon lip balm can do for smokers' lips.
Now pay attention. I'm going to tell you, this is what they do for smokers' lips, but I'm going to also tell you what it does on the human body, and this is where they give some tips. So pay attention to this. I'm gonna break it down.
From darkened to brightened, from dry and lined to smooth and hydrated, from uneven tone to natural glow. In as little as 7 days, you can see the visible results. Our customers report 3 key improvements. Unlike expensive procedures, our balm works with your body's natural healing process.
Boom. It works with your body's natural healing process. It works with your body's natural healing process, which means this. If you're going to take this product, yes, you're going to have to stop smoking in order for it to work properly. Now, how does this apply to fitness with a plant-based diet? If you're on a plant-based diet, and what happens is if you're going to just eat a bunch of trash while you're on a plant-based diet, it's not going to work out for you because it's going to work against you. This is why you see a bunch of overweight people who say they're vegan, because all they're doing is probably drinking, they're probably smoking, they're probably eating French fries and all these cauliflower wings and fried in these oils time after time again. Because why? All they want to do is eat the same type of junk food, but replace it with not meat and think it's healthy, and it's not healthy at all. They're still going to receive dry skin. They're still going to have clogged arteries because you can't get away from these seed oils if you're going to continue to eat bad. Your natural healing process is what they talked about. What's the natural healing process? Your body naturally heals itself when you fast. Shout out to Armand in the building. What's going on? The natural healing process happens when you fast. You got to stay away from the bad stuff. Well, what's the bad stuff, Kobe? Stop the smoking. Stop the drinking. All these parties. Y'all going to these brunches all the time and wonder why you still big backing. Y'all going out to eat thinking, oh, I'm gonna eat clean. They going to Chipotle thinking they eating clean, but they really eating bad. You still got to think about these sauces, the extra sour cream, extra cheeses. I'm gonna give y'all a story. My homeboy, who not plant-based at all, by the way, but he eats mostly clean. All right. I'm gonna check this out. He was eating ground beef, cheese, and some vegetables, right? You would think that's normally healthy, right? I'm gonna tell you what happened. Probably ate that for maybe 4 days out the week. Went to the doctor, and his cholesterol levels were through the freaking roof. It's because of the grease that happens in the beef and the grease that's in the cheese that increases your cholesterol levels. We all thinking it's naturally healthy, but guess what? This is why it's important for you guys to do the proper research and have a proper dieting system, right? All he had to do was drop it and balance your diet out to stay away from mostly the things that are going to cause bad. We have to just know these things, right? And so when I went plant-based, it just taught me how to know what food does to you. I know when you eat mostly a plant-based diet that you have increase in fiber and you have lower insulin levels, which helps you lose the weight. I'm gonna give you an example. If you are on a plant-based diet and stay away from everything else, it's impossible for you to gain weight because you're not going to eat that much. You know how much food you need to eat to have a high amount of calories when you're on a plant-based diet? When you are on a whole food plant-based diet, specifically if you cater it to mostly alkaline, your calories, you can have 3 meals and still be under 2,000 calories. So there's absolutely no way for you to be gaining all that weight. And if you're working out, this is the whole thing about it. You got to work out, y'all. You have to find a way to be fit. And what I mean by fit, you can just go use the bare minimum. You guys got to be working out, doing cardio for 30 minutes to an hour a day. You guys got to be doing some high intensity training along with that, as well as strength training. You do that and get on a mostly plant-based diet, you're going to cut weight. You're going to cut weight. There's no way that you're going to be gaining the weight. You dig? Shout out to my dog Gains. I was just about to ask about the carbs. Bro, the carbs, you need it to gain the muscle. You feel me? You need it to gain the muscle. And if you're doing it properly, which means you're getting your proper vegetables, you're getting your proper carbs, which is mostly plant-based, meaning quinoa, wild rice, you dig? Even sweet potatoes, those are really good complex carbs. Complex carbs help you out. And then you take your lentils, you take your chickpeas, you combine it together to make your complete protein if you're going to gain the muscle. Now, if you're trying to cut weight, this is where you want to start doing more of a caloric deficit. So you don't have to eat as much of it, but keep your protein up there. And mushrooms is another good one. Mushrooms has protein in it as well. I'm going to give you an example. Eat Meaty has a mushroom chicken that has 15 grams of protein in one patty and low carbs. You can eat that, which also increases what? B vitamins, which is something that you need and that's lacking in a plant-based diet. See, y'all didn't think I was like going this deep. I'm breaking all this down. You feel me? Shout out to Jenny said, I miss the family farm in Ohio where we would hunt and clean deer. Sounds hillbilly, but no recalls there. And Jenny, I'm glad you pointed that out. So most people don't even farm anymore. Most people don't even hunt. You dig? I'm from the country. I know about the hunting. You got to know how to clean this stuff. You have to clean it out and make sure it's coming from a natural source. It's going to help you out. It's going to keep it a clean, basic diet for your body. You dig? Your old video inspired me to make quinoa the other night. I hadn't had it in years. And shout out to you because you kind of help spark the conversation again, because there's a lot of people that don't know when it comes to plant-based diet. But getting back to what I was saying, breaking it down, there are things that do lack in a plant-based diet. And this is why people start to get like frail looking and things like that, because they're malnutrients. You miss out on B vitamins, creatine, taurine, selenium, choline, and the non-essential amino acids. So they're getting a lack of the nutrients. Well, what you do is you got to do the research. You can get your B vitamins by eating mushrooms as well. You get selenium by taking in your Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts also is very, very good for lowering cholesterol levels. At least 6 to 8 Brazil nuts a day will decrease your cholesterol levels, the bad cholesterol. Shout out to my dog Press in the building, bro. What's going on, bro? Hey, I seen y'all getting it in at T's gym the other day, bro. I seen y'all was getting it in, man. I'm proud of y'all boys. Another good one is choline. You can get choline from eating cashews. All right. So my point is, if you're going to do plant-based diet, you got to make sure that it's on a wide variety scale, meaning you need to have a variety of food, variety of fruits. All right. You need to get your sunlight and you need to have hydrating fruits as well. Coconut water, great for hydration. Watermelon, great for hydration. You take these things in so that way you can have more energy. All right. This is my whole point that I'm trying to get you guys to see. This gave me more energy so that I can perform better throughout my daily life. It also taught me how to build a better relationship with food. I had to realize when going plant-based that there's certain foods and ingredients that benefited me, and there's something that did not benefit me, meaning this. There was things that I lacked on a plant-based diet. Of course, I lost weight when I first started because I did not know what to eat. Now I know what to eat to combine it all, but I also knew I had to work out as well to have the specific physique. Most of the time, people don't want to go plant-based because they don't see the physique that they want when they go plant-based. I did. There's so many plant-based people that have decent bodies, but I'm like, why isn't this being promoted? The numbers look good. My blood work is phenomenal. Nobody's touching me on this. And I'm not taking anything. There's plant-based people that lift weights and do bodybuilding, but guess what? A lot of them, they're taking stuff. They shooting. They shooting it up, or they're lying about their plant-based diet, meaning they started to do plant-based for like maybe a month, but most of the time they're eating meat for most of their diet because they don't know what to do. They don't know how to do it, and they doing it the improper way because it's unhealthy. You dig? Shout out to Gaines. Just bought some chickpeas and lentils the other day. I'm gonna try it for like a month and see what happens, bro. I'm gonna give you the game. Lentils for breakfast. Get you 2 cups, which gives you 16 grams of protein. Eat some veggies to go with it, or quinoa. That's a gem. Also, you can try quinoa. Cut up some mushrooms in there as well. You can use that as your breakfast. Also, I use green onion for seasoning. I'm telling you guys, I'm breaking this down for a reason so you guys can actually get some ideas to know what I did. Because look, I'm cut. I got my 6-pack. I gained my weight, but I did it the plant-based way. I did it the plant-based way, which is harder. It's harder because you have lower amount of calories, but I'm also doing it from a natural healing standpoint. That's why I showed you guys the video. The natural healing process. My body will naturally heal itself inside through the out, inside and out. There's so many ways that I've done different types of mushrooms that you guys can get. I did a king trumpet mushroom that made it look like a scallop. And man, when I say that thing was so good, it was delicious. It was delicious. You feel me? Shout out to Jenny, man. Says sometimes put 1/4 teaspoon in my black coffee and it's tasty. Listen, you just gave me a little gem. I might try that for real. And you know, I actually use mushroom coffee. So I have mushroom powder that has lion's mane in it, which also has benefit. You guys can eat lion's mane as well, which gives you the meaty texture. Matter of fact, I'm glad Gaines had put this out there. What type of mushrooms? Bruh, there's so many mushrooms out there. When I went plant-based, I did not realize how much it was. I didn't realize what was going on. If you guys do oyster mushrooms, that's a chicken meaty texture type of mushroom. I use those oyster mushrooms when I'm trying to get like a chicken, right? I'll fry it in these in this type of grease, meaning the oil that I'm using is grapeseed oil or avocado oil because it's a healthier oil. And the flour that I'm using is spelt flour. So it's a healthier type of flour to still give you the crunch and still give you the meaty texture. You dig? Shout out to Cuzzo. What's going on? I ain't seen you in a minute. How you been? I'm telling y'all. Shout out to my boy C Marty in the building. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to my dog in the building, bro. Hey, we about to get it in, man. If you want me to hop on the show tonight, bro, you know I got you. Breaking it down like this, y'all, is going to save the black community. So that's why I posed the question. Is the black community too big? If so, why? And if not, why? The numbers clearly show the numbers clearly show that we're the biggest, one of the biggest in the country. We also have and take in the most processed foods anywhere, right? In the nation. America in the Western culture takes in the most processed foods. That's number one. Number two, what makes it worse for black people, we're the least active in the nation based on demographics. I've done these numbers multiple times. So if we're taking in the most calories and we're the least active, that tends to yield you some badass results. The results show that the black community is the most unhealthy. And it's unfortunate that our women are the heaviest out of them all. The black men are second in being the biggest, but the differences is a large number. But the point is the black community as a whole need to do better. And we are bigger because we're not working out. We're eating all this food. We're drinking every weekend, partying. And it's the culture that pushes this stuff. The culture pushes soul food. And I'm going to tell y'all something like this. Y'all ever seen anybody, or let's say y'all ask a black chick, do y'all eat soul food? And if y'all do eat soul food, what happens when y'all do? Back in the day, they say, girl, if you eat soul food, you get a big butt. I know y'all heard that before. No other race says this shit. No other race says this. You eat a bunch of collard greens and neck bones and macaroni and cheese, you don't get a big butt. You also gonna get a big back. You also gonna have some clogged arteries. All right. And then it's so stupid. It's ridiculous. It's not gonna go to your butt. Every black girl is not shaped the same. So don't listen to this stuff when it comes to the food. if you want a decent body, you got to work out. There's no other way around it. You got to be fit. All right. You got to be fit. Shout out to making it happen. What's going on, big dog? I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of these people saying if you eat this type of food, you're going to look like this. No. If you eat too much food, you're going to be big back. That's a fact. You eat too much food, you're not working out, it's going to land somewhere you don't want to land. You can't tell your body when you eat food to go to here. No, your body's going to explode in general. It's going to go everywhere. It's going to go everywhere. Shout out to Gaines. Definitely think it's ignorance of proper nutrition, maybe finances, maybe culture, and learned behavior. I'm for real. And you making a good point. It's everything. I can't even blame finances anymore. I can't. Because when I do plant-based food, bro, I save a lot of money. You can cook. And most of the time, I'm going to tell you the truth, bro, they don't cook anymore. If they cook their food, one meal, bro, is maybe 2 cups of lentils, which is 16 grams of protein, 1 cup of quinoa, which is about 8 to 9 grams of protein, and some vegetables, dog. That's good enough for one meal. But guess what? You can get 4 cans of chickpeas, bro. That's 4 meals right there. And most of the time, they're not going to eat 4 meals a day with your vegetables. You can get some frozen veggies and eat half the bag. And look, one whole bag should last you one whole day. And them frozen bag of veggies is 99 cents to 89 cents. So you can't tell me shit. All they got to do, think about it. You can buy 10 of them bitches for $10, less than $10. You can buy 4 cans of chickpeas for $4. You can buy a bag of lentils for $2. All right. You're spending $20 and you're feeding yourself literally for almost a week. That's 3. If you get 3 meals a day, bro, you can get 6 meals in 2 days, bro. I mean, you can just think about it. You can even break it up. You can even do 2 meals a day. You can do 3 meals a day. And most people really are not cooking like that, which is the problem. So if they cook, they'll save more money. So finances is not it. If they wanted to actually save money, they would cook more, period. And you can go plant-based and still have decent amount of calories, good amount of calories to last you. You can snack on fruit. So it's about the lower calorie foods to get you where you need to get to. You dig? Shout out to my dog Amir in the building. You know we in here, bro. And you know I'm speaking that true facts. McDonald's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A at most times, and that's a fact, especially parents giving that crap to their kids. It's convenient because they don't want to cook. Bruh, you preaching, and this is why you preaching, and it shows. These fast food companies are making money off the fact that we're lazy. They're making money off of our laziness and lack of understanding, and it's ignorance. It's ignorance. Tell you the truth, Gaines, we'll buy stuff just because it has black owned on it. Oh, I'm about to go there. If it's black owned, no matter if it's good or bad for you, they gonna buy it. They gonna buy it. It's so many black owned restaurants that will make y'all big backs because they putting all that sugar in them yams, soul food specifically, and y'all promoting it and y'all getting into it, and y'all wonder why y'all big backing and y'all support it. I seen this thing, bro. You would never believe this. I don't want to put their business out there because I don't want to just, defund them because I ain't going to hate on how they're making their money. But I seen black girl something, and it was complete chemicals in there. It was complete chemicals in there that's not going to do them any good. Any good. They're not promoting your health because they know that you'll buy it just because of the name. And it's stupid. They're buying it based on your ignorance because you're buying things based on feeling. You're not even buying anything based on what you need to do. So if you're trying to lose weight, it would make sense if you are cooking your food because there's a better chance you're going to lower your calories that way. It would behoove you to invest in a gym because that is going to help you lower the weight. They would rather buy something that makes them look good versus actually being healthy, which is ridiculous. And the mindset goes in to show you that the culture is what's pushing us into a lower than state. Our behaviors and what we've been taught is the reason why we're doing and being in a lower or less than state. You dig? Shout out to Amir. Soul food equals big back. The math proves this. Bro, I seen a soul food restaurant that poured a big ass, like 10-pound bag of sugar on some yams, bro. On some yams. Cover the whole thing of sugar and use that as so-called glaze to make it look good. And they wonder why we out of shape and they wonder why we are less than. You feel me? Shout out to Miller in the building. What's going on? And this is why I have to pose the question the way that I do. Is our, meaning the black community, are we too big? This is why we too big. Because of the actions, the behaviors, the lack of understanding, and the lack of being real. We need to be real about this. We eat too much, we drink too much, we don't work out enough. That's the truth. That's the numbers. So if you go off of the numbers show that we are overweight. The numbers show that we are the least active. What are you going to do about that? You can't combat that because it's a fact. All right. So the only thing we can do is talk about the facts, address the issues. Part of the issue is the culture. Part of the issue is the lack of ignorance and proper nutrition. We know soul food is bad for us, but we eat it because we identify with that. Like we think we need to eat that. Why? Because black people don't even know ourselves. We have lost real sense of self to the point where we think soul food, eating pig feet is black people food, and that's bullshit. It's bullshit. The lack of good culture, but that's a different topic. Listen, no, we on this topic, bro. We are on this topic. We think mac and cheese, freaking cranberry sauce, eating chitlins is black people food, and it's the worst thing for us. We are taught to eat a big ass plate of food, tear it up. We are also taught to think that being skinny is unhealthy to the point where they put fear in being fit. We so big in the community that we think a fit body is a skinny body. That's a damn shame. And because that's what we've been taught. That's what we've been told. We've been told this over and over and over. And it's the lack of truth. The lack of truth is why we are in the way that we are. The truth is, y'all, a fit body is a fit body. It's not a skinny body. I had a chick one time who lost a lot of weight to the point where her body and BMI was fit and right. She was so happy that she wanted to, whenever Thanksgiving was going on, everybody goes to their family, everybody's happy and stuff like that. She thought her family was going to be happy for her. She went to her Thanksgiving dinner thinking that everybody was going to be like, oh, girl, you look good. They said, oh, you look skinny. You look sick. And it was a damn shame because it made her feel terrible about being in shape. I said, no, it's because they too big. They said that because they know themselves are too big. Our culture tells us that being big is okay, aka the big mamas. The big mamas got y'all asses fat the way that it is. Big, blame your big mamas. Your big mamas is keeping y'all overweight. I'm calling it out. Get the whole culture in shape or throw it away. I'm throwing it away. I'm throwing it away. We starting our own culture. Black people, we need a gym culture, a real gym culture, not this bullshit, not this street walking gym culture that you're seeing right now. No, a true gym culture with good character, good morals, because there's a lot of lack of morals in the gym. You dig what I'm saying? Y'all know what I mean. We need to create a culture of eating proper foods, knowing what a healthy plate looks like, not a big ass overblowing plate of cheese and freaking fried foods and all this bullshit. That is what the black culture promotes. You ever go to a soul food restaurant and it's too much damn food, it's overflowing, a bunch of fried foods, and y'all wonder why y'all big back? And that's the culture we need to toss. We need to know what comes with that. We know big back culture comes from that. So with that being said, let's create a culture where we're actually eating healthy. I'm going to be honest. If the black community went on a mostly plant-based diet and stayed away from everything else, they will lose the weight. They will lose the weight because it's impossible for you guys to eat whole foods with so many calories. Your body's going to take in the calories that it's meant to take in. It's supposed to. That stuff was leftovers. We were fed, not good quality food. Exactly. I switched out sugar for maple syrup and honey in my black tea. Yo, I use agave. So maple syrup is another good one. Now, I don't miss regular sugar. Plus, I'm leaning down 214 pounds. Shout out to my dog, Jabuddy, from the Jabuddy. try. You did. Hey man, I know we was talking about losing the weight, and bro, you know I told you mostly plant-based is the way to go. Switching out these processed sugars, these refined sugars, all this stuff is keeping us big back. There's natural sweeteners out there. Eat some dates. Dates is a natural sweetener. Honey is a natural sweetener. Agave is a natural sweetener. I don't use any sugar at all. I don't need it. I don't need it. Amir says, I'm with you. Starting a culture. I know. Listen, we in the culture, bro. We're eating a healthy culture. The healthy amount of foods, the right amount of foods, not just overflowing your plate, but breaking down what an actual plate looks like. So I'm going to give you a prime example. If y'all are thin and want to gain muscle, go to the gym and weight train, number one. But number two, be in a caloric intake. Meaning this, be in a caloric surplus. Eat more calories than you burn. So you're going to have to eat a lot of food calorie-wise. Eat a lot of protein and carbs. That's the plant-based I was telling y'all about. You got to eat a lot of those. You may have to eat 4 to 5 meals a day, but you don't even have to eat that much, but eat enough to where you can gain a healthy amount of weight. A pound of muscle per week or per 2 weeks is a healthy amount so you can have longevity. People have an unrealistic expectation about gaining weight and losing weight. It's so many people, and shout out to C Marty Fit. I know you get this too, bro. I know so many people that say, hey, I got a wedding coming up in 5 months. I need to drop 50 pounds. Can you help me out? You what? Bro, no. You ain't going to lose that much weight because you're going to go through so many trials and tribulations. It's not going to keep you consistent. That's an unhealthy way of thinking that you're going to lose that much weight. You need to have a healthy medium and lose gradual weight so you can keep it off. You don't want to just lose weight just to look good for 1 second and come back. That's not healthy. There's nothing healthy about that. Shout out to my dog, Kale's in the building. Gang. We start a new culture. Eat foods for your macros. Proper amount of calories is what you want to do. If you're trying to lose weight, be in a caloric deficit, meaning have your proteins, have your fats, have your carbs, and your fibers. Why? Because fibers help you cut the weight so your insulin levels go down so you can help you burn the weight off, lower your cholesterol, and lose it healthily. You can still eat a healthy amount of food. You just don't need to eat that much. If you think you need to eat a lot, switch to a plant-based whole food diet. I guarantee you that you won't eat that much. Or if you think you do, you're going to lose calories anyway. If you eating 4 meals a day but gaining weight, try eating 4 meals a day of cooked plant-based whole foods. You will lose the weight. You will lose the weight, but you got to work out too. You got to work out. There's no doubt about it. This culture works out. The bare minimum is we are working out cardio. We're doing intense cardio as well and weight training. That's this culture. I'm throwing away the bad culture. We're taking and creating a new culture, a good, healthy gym culture. Shout out to Jenny. This reminds me of a video that Chris and you reviewed of people enjoying food way too much and falling on the floor, aka the black community out here big backing, eating all this food, enjoying the food, acting crazy, just being N-words because they like the way the food tastes, all this sugar, knowing that the sugar is just as addictive as any drug out here. So you mean to tell me that they falling on the floor, Jenny? They addicted to that food. That's what that sugar does to them, messing their brains up. That refined starch, messing their brains up. You dig? All this extra sugar, the white bread, all that stuff is what they're eating. They're intaking it, and it does affect your thought processes. Come on now. We preaching. That's the bad culture. Throw away the bad culture. We're creating a new culture, a healthy gym culture where we have good character, good morals. All right? Good character, good morals doesn't even have a skin color because anybody can have bad freaking character. There's plenty of the Karen community that's overweight too. They're doing the same shit, but we're speaking about the black community because we're the most overweight. We're the least active. So I want to talk about that to where the culture is better. That trash culture is why we are in the predicament that we are in. We need to learn this thing. Shout out to Jabari. A better culture with proper nutrition. Also, what are your thoughts on protein Cheerios? I don't eat any cereal, bro. So I'm gonna just keep it a stack. All those Cheerios and stuff, they have bioengineering food. Matter of fact, I'm about to show you right now. Cheerios, a box of Cheerios. Y'all didn't know that Cheerios was GMO. I didn't think y'all knew that. Y'all know Cheerios is GMO? I'm going to show y'all something real quick. This is a test for all y'all. This is a test for all of y'all. I want you guys to look at my screen real quick. Let me share it. Look down here, y'all. What does it say? Biogenetically engineered foods. Biogenetically engineered foods. Hold on, but ain't that Cheerios? I thought Cheerios was healthy. Produced with genetic engineering food. Uh-oh. So, Jabari, I'm telling you, even the healthy Cheerio boxes, listen, this ain't even a protein one, but it's still contain. And look at the front of the box. Whole grains, lower cholesterol, all this good stuff, right? That's what they say. That's what they say. But look at all the stuff that's in it. Look at all the preservatives. It tells you it's preservatives in there. Corn starch, canola. This is the stuff that we're talking. This is the stuff that we're eating. All right. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Look at the protein Cheerios. Same thing. It contains bioengineering food. Look, bro, this is it right here. Contains genetic engineering. That's GMO, my boy. Even the protein Cheerios. Oh, I'm getting protein. Well, guess what? It's GMO. Don't get tricked by this. I wanted to show you guys that because I wanted to let you guys know that it's a real freaking thing. This is why we need a community. Shout out to my boy Kale's in the building. You dig? Dudes should not have no stomach, and females get rid of the. No, for real though. We need to have no stomachs. Men don't need to be having no beer guts, and these ladies don't need to be having no fupas. That's real. Shout out to Jenny. Oh, the Jenny community is loaded. Yo, it's loaded everywhere. Even in the Hispanic community. Eating all that corn flour, them tacos, drinking all them Coronas. I'm getting everybody. The only people that I have a hard time getting with is the Asian community. The Asian community, they beat everybody. The only time they're overweight is sumo wrestlers. I'm be honest. We need to get to the point where the only time we're overweight is because something funny or something like a sumo wrestler is. You know what I'm saying? It used to be funny to see a lot of big back stuff going on. Now it's become a taboo, especially in the black community. I'm gonna tell you how crazy it is now. C. Marty Fit did an episode where he talked about the honeybees down in Alabama. It's a bunch of big back cheerleaders on a drill team dancing, and they're promoting this. This is not supposed to be a thing we promote. Cheerleaders are never supposed to have been overweight, ever. But we promote this in our culture, and damn near we protect it. That's the bad part of our culture. Throw it away. It's not okay to be clinically overweight because of the health issues that you end up with down the line. Those ladies were overweight at a very young age. That's not good. Dane DeMoss is in her 20s and chronically obese. I feel so bad for that girl. I know she got arthritis. How you in your 20s and have arthritis like that? There's absolutely no excuse, y'all. There's no excuse. Shout out to Gaines. Right now, I'm doing 3 and 3. Just got over a spasm a little over a month ago. So 3 days nice and heavy lifting and 3 days cardio is doable. We just got to do it. Listen, if Gaines can come from a back spasm, I don't know if it's back spasm, but if Gaines can come back from a spasm and still work out, I don't want to hear no excuses from none of y'all in a real way. I like frit. What's frit? Oh, oops, I like fruit in the morning. Okay, I was about to say, what the heck is frit? That's some news. You dig? If I ain't heard about it, I don't know about it. Dora the Explorer. For real. Hey, I'm glad you pulled that up. No, for real. Jabari, cereal most, if not all, cereal General Mills is using GMO. If you think General Mills, think GMO. GMO. Big back, big back. Yep, that's that Dora. Listen, Cheerios gonna make you big back. Frosted Flakes gonna make you big back. All this stuff, bro. And you guess what? You're drinking the dairy milk. So now you're taking out your calcium out of your body. You're feeding it all these chemicals. You're getting osteoporosis. And you know, it got that. If you eating Fruit Loops, they got that red dot in there. You know what I'm saying? That red dot 40. Y'all got red dot 40 in your blood, GMO food, and then drinking this milk, which causes osteoporosis, and wonder why y'all think the way y'all think and y'all bodies look the way that y'all look. And we think this is healthy. Bro, we all thought Cheerios was healthy, me included. And it's making us big back. I thought Chipotle and Chick-fil-A was healthy, and it's not. It's making us big back. If you look up those ingredients, you'll see that it's big back. It's crazy. It's insane. We all thought this was healthy, but this is why the good culture is what we need to promote. The good culture is going to help us promote the truth. We need to be speaking the truth and actually be promoting the truth. The truth is, the Black community, we're overweight. The truth is, the culture promotes being overweight, hence soul food, putting all this pig intestines and all and eating all this stuff, thinking that that's Black culture. Is not Black culture. We don't need to be eating this stuff. We don't need to be eating fried chicken every damn day. We don't need to be eating these hot dogs and hamburgers and cookout food and these beans with extra sugar and stuff in it. We don't need to be eating all that. That's not Black people food. What Black people food actually is plant-based whole foods. Why is that? Because our numbers are different when we're on a plant-based diet. For Black people, we need a lot of iron and we need a lot of oxygen to be healthy. Let me say it again. I know you guys heard this. For this woke community, at least the woke community got a little bit of good from me, because they know that Black people need to have a certain diet. And I know that you guys have heard that we need to eat tropical foods. Well, if it makes sense that we need to eat tropical foods, then let's break the chemicals of why that's the case. Tropical foods tend to have a lot of oxygen in them. Mangoes, coconut, these things hydrate you, and it gives you oxygen and iron because it helps you move the blood flow through your body. Not fried chicken. You dig? Eat the watermelon without the fried chicken. Fiber too, apparently, many young people are getting colon cancer lately. Yeah, they're not getting enough fiber because they're eating the sugar without the fiber. They're not actually eating the fruit. Y'all, we need to be eating the whole fruit. The skin of the apple does not need to be peeled. That's the healthy part. I'm going to give you guys a gem. If you guys like bread, eat the Dave's bread. Dave's bread is a lot more healthy. Eat spelt flour bread. Spelt flour is high in iron, and it gives you good macros, and it's not big back like white bread. Come on, man. Y'all have got to get it in y'all have to get it in y'all's heads. We are so accustomed to eating unhealthy. We're so accustomed to just having things at our disposal like this because we don't want to cook. Y'all, the good gym culture, we cook. I'm going to just keep it a bean. And ladies, I'm going to keep it real. I don't even want to hear a lady talking about she don't cook. Y'all need to cook because y'all are going to be cooking to help your health. But not only that, if you want a good man, if you can cook, any good man going to be like, man, listen, we going to stay. Matter of fact, you want to get married? Fuck that. You cooking for me like this? Oh, we about to make this work. We going to make this work. The good gym culture promotes good relationships. Why? Because we are teaching each other something. If I can teach y'all, if I can teach y'all how to do the proper plant-based food that you can do for yourself, we are now building a culture because I want y'all to be healthy. Y'all gonna come back to me and be like, damn, Kobe, that shit was solid. Shout out to Jabari and Jabari building. He was losing weight because of the stuff that I told him. He didn't even know. And now I got my boy Gaines on the chickpeas and lentils. And now he's about to receive crazy results. We are building a community now because we are promoting something that's good. This is something, it's like what the Bible says. You teach a man how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. I'm teaching you guys how to fish for yourself, meaning fish good plant-based whole food diet. So now you can try it and get on it so that way you can be sexy. You can be generally and internally healthy. Big back ingredients should be a slogan. In a real way, it should be. Kobe, have you shared your chickpea pancake recipe you've mentioned? Actually, you know what? It's on my I think it's on my IG. I believe it's on my IG, but if it's not on my IG, Jenny, remind me, let me know. I'll make sure I share it on my IG. If you guys do not have my Instagram, go follow me on my banner below at King Alajuwan 21. All right. And you can see a lot of the recipes that I use for my food. And I've done the chickpea pancake because of the protein in it. Has great macros of protein. I use no sweetener. Chickpea flour is what I use. I don't use the wheat, the box flour, right? I get the bag of chickpea flour and use that. And I also combine it with different ingredients. Like instead of an egg substitute, I use applesauce. I also use coconut milk as a milk base, but you don't need coconut milk. You can use water. You can use water. You dig? Shout out to Mario in the building. What's going on? And what else did I use? Oh, I use date sugar, date syrup, agave, and honey as my sweeteners. I don't use any sugar, y'all. Y'all have to know that. Shout out to Jabari. He told y'all we don't use sugar anymore. We use the natural sweeteners. You get better macros that way. And guess what? The natural sweeteners have. They're actually good for you. Agave is good for you. Dates are good for you. It has fiber in it. And it's sweet. Bruh, y'all have to realize if you guys get on a mostly plant-based diet, it's going to save you. It's going to save you. Shout out to my dog, Julio, in the building. You bragging again. You damn Skippy, I'm bragging again. I'm the only one that's doing this plant-based shit the way that I do. You dig? Shout out to Corey in the building. You feel me? You use sweet and low. Shit. Listen, I ain't touched a bag of sweet and low. You won't catch me with no sweet and low. Listen, sweet and low and stevia and all that stuff, I don't even use it. I don't even use it. You won't find that shit for me. Shout out to Gaines. Got to read the ingredients list, man. I can't pronounce it. I put it back. Let me remind you. Let me pull this back up again. Think about the Cheerios. Look at the box of Cheerios, y'all. It's genetically modified. It's genetically modified. I just showed you guys what it was. Bioengineering genetic foods. It's right here. It's right there. It's right there, y'all. But guess what's on the front of the box, though? This is how they get y'all. Supporting bee colony with a heart on it. So when you see the heart on it, it makes you think that it's healthy for you. Look at this. They showing you in a heart, whole food. Listen, they getting y'all with the pizzazz. They finessing y'all. Multi-grain Cheerios, 5 whole grains. But guess what also it has in it? Bioengineered foods and has preservatives on it. They getting y'all either way if you guys don't read the back of the boxes. Read the back of the boxes. The truth is in plain sight. I'm showing y'all this because I really want y'all to get it. Protein Cheerios. Y'all thinking y'all going to gain muscle by eating some Cheerios. No, you're going to get a spasm. You're going to have genetic modified foods, which lowers your actual health. And it increases your health risk later down the line. Shout out to Rashad in the building. You dig? Shout out to come on, sweet and low. Yo, man, for real. Most of the fruits now is GMO. Hold on, Julio. I'm gonna get you on, bro. Let me get you on real quick. Shout out to my dog Julio Hennessy in the building. He about to jump on, man. This is insane. Shout out to Jenny says, thanks for making me smarter, Kobe. I'm popping over to Chris. Yo, absolutely. We're gonna get it in tomorrow. Shout out to my dog in the building. Bro, what's going on, man? We not doing no sweet and low, my boy. Talk that shit, bro.
I want to be the one quick segment.
Talk that shit.
Just a real live truth.
Come on.
Man, listen, you got to research the fruits and vegetables now.
You do.
Some of these vegetables, the fruits is GMO out here, depending on the number.
That's a fact.
So you know, and I know you Kobe, you know the 719 is not an actual fruit. You be knowing your actual fruit numbers. So you're gonna have to start researching. Bro, I feel you, but for some
Talk to him, bro.
Too much damn work. We gotta figure out what fruit numbers real fruit.
Yeah.
Nigga, I can't pick up a lemon, it'd be a lemon. It gotta be 7913 to be a lemon.
Right.
You
The fours are GMOs.
You are the chosen one, my brother.
I appreciate you.
Go down to the Jamaican living in Jamaica.
Bro, low key, my diet's like that though.
Why you don't eat this like this?
One guan. One guan tree. The tree coconut.
Listen, I'm not lying. I thought I was playing. Y'all have to start doing your fruit number research because some of these fruits are actually are made in petri dishes, and they sell it to us in these damn Whole Food stores, which swears organic, and that shit is organic. What call it? Test tube carrot. Saying you got test tube carrots out here now, bro.
Yep.
Help us. And listen, this next step, then Kobe, because you almost got me, Kobe. I'm about to go, bro. I'm about to go.
Come on, bro. I'm with you, bro. I got you. Shout out to Corey. He said, right, it's too much. Hey, for real.
I'm sitting here looking at the damn fruits. And somebody goes like, hey, man, you got to research your fruit numbers. I said, fruit numbers, yeah. Because the one to start with a 0 is genetically modified. The one to start with a 2 is a real fruit.
Yeah.
I got to count fruit numbers now. Man. Come on, bro. Help me make it make sense, please.
No, for real. You right, bro. I'm going to pull up right now for this. So y'all are on YouTube that y'all can't see what we're talking about. Be a stickler. The 4-digit code that starts with a 3 or 4 is conventionally grown. All right. Organic starts with a 9. It's a 5-digit code. So if you got a 5-digit code that starts with an 8 as well, you know that's a genetically modified food, y'all. GMO.
How do I know this and I ain't even eating healthy? I just know.
Come on. Hey, the fucked up fruit is the 8. You feel me? If it start with an 8, it's a hate. Yeah. Hey, that 4 for 4, they getting y'all at the produce section. 4 for 4 on the digit code is bad for y'all boys. It's cheaper because it's conventionally grown. Shout out to you.
Organic fruits, bro. One organic apple is $6. I get 17 GMO apples for $5. I'm just saying it's a quantity versus numbers game right now, bro. So they understand people like you who are teaching us to be healthier. They said we still gonna fuck y'all over. We're gonna give you produce, yes sir. Produce just for 4 right now.
They gonna get them.
It's hard making choices, Kobe. It's hard, man. Come on, man.
Listen, that's why I'm here, bro, because I'm here to help the community out. It's people like that will think about stuff like this. Like, damn, they ain't even know about the digit codes. They had no idea about organic codes. They had no idea about these GMO codes. So just teaching them and opening their eyes to the truth. Yep.
I'm a meat eater, know about the fruit codes. Okay,
come on, man. Bro, you doing it, bro. Fruit. Listen, hey, shout out to Corey. 4 for 4 produce. Produce for 4 for 4. Oh man, I think my IG went out, y'all. Yep, my IG just went out. Man, listen, y'all. We gotta get up out of here, man. I gotta charge my phone up because my phone is shutting down on the IG. I got you, big dog. I'm gonna text you my phone charge up. Hey man, so if y'all still with me on YouTube, man, we about to close it out because we got the phones dying, technical difficulties out here, but we still gonna get it in. All right. So yes, there are GMO crops, and listen, we're gonna continue to break this down because there are foods out there that produce 4 for 4 is a real thing because they still gonna get y'all if you're not paying attention. So I want to make sure that you guys are paying attention for the culture. This is what we call news out here. Shout out to Kobe's News, all right? The Rise and Rise Academy news station, all right? I appreciate y'all for joining in on the topics and getting it in, okay? When we're faced with an obstacle, what we do, we rise and we rise.